viewers all over the world, welcome you to my YouTube channel today once again. The last time we were speaking about altars and shrines. We are back again on the same topic. As we continue to do, we're going to look into different areas about altars. We're going to look into a question that most of the people in their life they ask that yes, we heard about altars and shrines. Yes, we heard about them. But now we don't know how to identify their presence, we identify how they operate, how we can identify if they are there in our lives. Okay, so we start by now how altars operate or how altars are being identified. So we can speak now about the spirituality. The realm of the spirit seeks the interruption with the earthly realm legally, and vice versa. The inhabitants of the earth recognize that without the realms of the spirit, they are limited in the possibility they can produce anything. So speak of this now. When it comes to the earth, remember the earth, it gives its right, as the earth was given in the hands of men. So mean that men have got power on this earth when it comes to produce something. But now, because of limitation, so legally we seek the permission of the spirituality for you to produce something. Meaning that as we are, we can't produce anything without what? The spirit. So we need the spirit now to cooperate without any tangible item from men, any material to produce something. Alright. So we go down and say they call for the assistance of spirit beings in order to bring possibilities to the earth. In agreement to bring these possibilities, the spirit beings give their conditions, requiring certain things that can create habitation that will resemble where they come from. So now the spirit will not only permit you to use them, they demand for a sacrifice or something that you offer so that they can permit you to produce something or to use the spirit through you that you produce something. Without the spirit, it's impossible to produce anything. So we go down that it requires certain things that can create habitation that will resemble where they come from. They summarize their demands in that they call sacrifice and ask humans to raise certain structures and offer specific sacrifices as per their demand. So now the spirit will demand something, can demand the blood. Let's look back into the sacrifice of Jesus Christ. So the demand was for blood for the sanctification or cleansing of men. So that by Jesus Christ coming on this earth, it was through now the offering that was given by God as a ransom of what? Of sin. So sin demanded blood for the cleansing of men. So we're speaking of the spirit, they come with their demands. So we sinned against God, and then now the spirit demanded the blood. So without any tangible thing, now as a point of contact, it's impossible what? To save men. So that comes to the point of altars. So altars are recognized or called altars because of the sacrifice or the offering offered. Alright, so there is a question that many people ask that how then can we identify the presence of altars in this life, in our working places, in any churches, in any organization, in any life that we live on this earth. Alright, we're going to look into this question now so that it will help many. There are many people who are suffering on this earth, unknowingly that there is an altar that is still speaking today. So remember, an altar is not only about a tangible thing or structure. It can be an unseen area whereby sacrifices were offered on the same place. So it stands as what? As a gate in the spiritual realms, whereby the spirit was given right to come and cause afflictions in your life, troubles in your life, and even block marriages and blessings in many lives. So now, because of that right now, you can find that you can go at the same place where offering was offered, but you can't find any structure. So you find, ask yourself that, where is the structure? Because they say there is an altar. So the altar can't be seen, but it was built and recognized in the spiritual realm. So it's still standing in the spiritual realm, but it's not seen. So, okay, let's go to the point. How can we identify the presence of what? Altars in our lives. So, remember, the first thing that we need to do is the primary assignment of altars is to provide authorization and continuity to any spiritual activity on earth, whether it is godly or demonic. Alright, he's saying now, its assignment is about giving authorization okay, as we're speaking about authorization and continuity. So, authorization, altars gives authorization to anything that you want to do. Let's say you are trying something or business. So you go to the church, they pray for you. After being prayed for, when you come back or go back home, you find that your things that were praying for, right there, the gates are opened. Now, it's all about now being authorized to, or stamp that way you're given unto you. Yeah, now the right. Why is it all those things happening? So a man of God, they've got an altar that rises every day through prayer. So praying every day raises an altar, a powerful altar that fights against any demonic altar or any demonic operation in our lives. So now, authorization now, it's gonna come only because of the announcement or because of the backup. So the man of God is not all about being a man of God. It's all about the source of the power, the backup. We remember about Jesus Christ. He's praying for some other people on this side, and you find that a lady comes with the issue of blood. As he's praying, this lady touched the garment of Jesus Christ, and the blood now stopped. And then Jesus realized that someone touched him. Then he said, who touched me? So now it's about the system that is in Jesus Christ. So the authorization. So once this lady touched Jesus, it was authorized that the blood stopped. So meaning that the great altar spoke into her life. So that is a sign you can see that there is an altar that speaks against another altar. So the lesser altar will now what? Bow. Okay, let's look into continuity. So mostly, you can say there are some things that are ongoing in our lives. It can be a case in the family. It can be burdens in your family. You try business, it's not working. You try marriage, it's not working. You try many things, it's not working. You always try, but you always fail. So you ask yourself that, how am I always failing? Alright, so if there is anything that is stopping you, that is causing discontinuity or repetition of same incidents, if you don't open your eyes, you may think that it's normal, but it's not normal. That's when you now pick that there is an altar that is speaking. So there was a sacrifice that was sacrificed against your life, that you will never do this. You will never prosper. You will never get married. You will never get... Remember, when all these things were announced, they were announced and given authorization through the sacrifice that was offered on the altar. So you now to come and just say you conquer sight, it's impossible. So you may pray how hard you can fast how hard you can, but you can't conquer such altars. There is a need of interruption of another altar that is greater than the altar that is speaking against your life. Okay, so you can identify the presence of any altar in your life, family, or region by the consistent of what? Patterns and occurrences, whether good or bad. This means that the repetition of incidents, time after time, these occurrences are incidents can repeat themselves regardless of the effort put into prayer, praise, or fasting, only if there is an altar backing them. So let's look into Genesis chapter 49. There we hear the story of Simeon and Levi. Simeon and Levi, I think that is verse 5. The Bible says, Simeon and Levi altars. Their swords are weapons of violence. Let me not enter into their council. Let me not join their assembly. So Simeon leveled the ankles to Moses. So what they did now, as you read going down, he said they killed a cow, then hamstrung an oxen, and they also killed a man and buried him. So because of that, now when you continue reading verse 7, the Bible says, cursed be their anger, so fierce and their fury, so cruel, I will scatter them in Jacob and disperse them in Israel. So this is the case that now followed Moses. Remember, a case can follow within the family, searching for a door to enter. As a spirit, it hunts for where it can be sheltered, where it can be accommodated. But now, as it was looking for a place to roaming around and searching for a place to stay, and then it found a place in Moses. So Moses now, because of the anger that a case that was within the family, he killed a man also. So by killing a man now, he gave another sacrifice on the altar that was already sacrificed. It's like he renewed an altar. He gave it power on the altar. He gave power on the what? On the altar. So as you go down now, you realize that a case now is still speaking, and it's continuous speaking to Moses to the extent of him making mistakes, not following God's instruction, and then him also being stopped not to enter into Canaan. And God said, you see it, but you can't what? You can't go there. Why? Because you didn't follow all my statutes. You didn't follow all my instructions. And then Moses died. Alright. So now the repetitions of occurrences or things that happen in our lives, they speak much, but it's only that we as Christians mostly were so ignorant. Alright. Okay, another question that most of the people ask is that, why is that evil altars are so strong to the extent of challenging God's people, sometimes even overcoming them? Okay, so evil altars mostly, they become stronger to the extent of scattering many people's lives, not because of the devil. No, it's because of man himself. So the devil is always there. He's seeking for you to worship him. He's seeking for you to work for him. Let's look into the book of Judges chapter 6 verse 1. The Israelites did evil in the eyes of the Lord, and for 7 years he gave them into the hands of Midianites, because the power of Midianites was so oppressive. And Israel prepared shelters for themselves in the mountains, caves and strongholds. Whenever the Israelites planted their crops, the Midianites, Amalekites, and other eastern people invaded the country. So Israel now sinned against God, and then God opened the door for the enemies. So once he opened the door for the enemies, now sin now became what? Stronger, and it worked against them. So what do we see there? No, it's not about the devil. It's about men sinning against God. So, and God said he rejected men. So he offered men into the hands of what? Of the devil. That they can do whatsoever they want to do with you. So the altar of God now was what? Limited to work for men. So now it was continuity of what? Of sin, and then sin gave what? Birth and destruction. And all the things that they were building were what? Were scattered. So we need to understand and follow each and every area of our lives. What's going on, what's happening, and who is causing what, so that we may not fall into the traps of the what? Of the devil. Thank you so much for listening.